Hello, my name is Lai. So the first question I asked my mentor is, what is your image of the teacher? My mentor said that most people recognize a teacher as a guide for children, but to her, a teacher is more of a facilitator where they help each and every child to reach their full potential and become confident, independent learners, which is the main idea of scaffolding. She also mentioned that teaching is never the sole responsibility of teachers, but rather a collaborative undertaking. So, building strong relationships with children, parents, and colleagues is essential to creating a successful learning community. The next question is, how do you see your role as an administrator in an early childhood setting? My mentor said that as an administrator, she needs to make sure that the learning program is not only well planned according to the interests and needs of the children, but also in line with the best practices. She also needs to oversee the implementation of the program, which involves organizing educators to carry it out in day-to-day situations and ensures the learning goals and outcomes are achieved. Apart from the learning program, she must make sure that other policies and policy as procedures are strictly followed by the staff in the room. The next question is, what are all the jobs that you do as being an early childhood teacher? Number one, activity planning. My mentor would set aside at least 1 hour per day to do the planning based on the observation that day. Number two, classroom management, which involves maintaining a safe and orderly learning environment, managing student behavior, and resolving conflicts among them. Number three, assessment. This will be a great resource for further planning and will come in handy when communicating with parents at the end of the day. Number four, communication, which includes sharing information with families about children's progress and responding to parents' questions and concerns. Number five, professional development, where my mentor gets to stay updated with the best practices through self learning. And she recommended all the childcare network as a great resource to always learn something new. Number four question is, what are the most important priority areas for you? The overarching principle is that children always come first. It can be easily understood that we, as teachers, should try our best to not only provide a learning environment that is centered around the needs and interests of the children, but also come up with highly individualized learning plans for each and every child. Apart from the learning program, this principle applies in almost every aspect of the childcare education. For example, in moments of ineffective management policy, disagreement among colleagues, or even the layout of the parking zone, we should always put this principle on top and think that what is truly for the best interest of children. Question number five, how do you prioritize your time? My mentor reminded me that being a teacher can sometimes be highly challenging and overwhelming, especially when facing multiple tasks at the same time. She also shared a few strategies to manage time effectively. Number one, set goals. Keeping short term and long term goals and in mind can help us stay focused on what's most important and ensure that we are making progress towards the learning objectives. Number two, make a to do list. Start each day by making a to do list of the tasks that need to be accomplished. Number three, focus on one task at a time. Avoid multitasking whenever possible, as it can be distracting and counterproductive. Instead, we should focus on one task at a time, giving it full attention until it's done. The last question is, how does a teacher make time to advocate for yourself? For this question, my mentor put it in this way. Being a both physically and mentally healthy teacher is an indispensable part of acting in the best interest of children. The following are her suggestions to strike a balance between work and personal lives. Number one, set clear boundaries around working hours and try not to take work home. Number two, make time for activities that help recharge our batteries, such as exercise, meditation, or spending time in nature. Number three, Speak up for ourselves. Whenever we feel too overwhelmed by the workload, just speak up and advocate for ourselves by talking to supervisors or colleagues about our concerns and seeking help from them. The conversation I had with my mentor is very insightful, through which I got a deeper understanding of what the teaching job will look like in the real world, and it gives me a more realistic expectation of what is ahead of me. I will be well prepared for this challenge and use my mentor's suggestions as a guideline to have a smooth start in my teaching career. That's all. Thank you.